Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to learn how to play Dear Prudence by the Beatles. Now this uses a picking pattern that is consistent throughout. So it sounds a lot more complicated than it really is, but as soon as you get that down, it's just all about memorizing the chord shapes and then you're good to go. So it's very consistent and it uses a picking pattern called Travis style picking. So we're going to take a look at that. Real quick, we're in drop D here, so you got to take your low E string and tune it down to a D. Just this low string, everything else is fine. Alright, so let's take a look at this picking pattern first. Now, there's a couple of versions of it that we're going to be doing in the song, two main versions. Let's look at this first one here. I'm going to come up here to the, just grab this 10th fret bar, at the 10th fret on the high E and the B string, and then the 11th fret on the G string. Alright, so you have that. Alright, so we're going to start this just by adding your third finger to the 12th fret there on the high E string. Now the picking pattern can be done with just two fingers, a thumb and either your index finger or your middle finger. I like to use just my thumb and middle finger, it's more comfortable, but you can use thumb and index. So you can basically pick the 5th string open along with the high E string together. So we have this. Then you're going to pick the open D string and then the G string with your middle finger. So we have. So you see the first note is like an 8th note followed by two 16th notes. So it's a little bit. Alright, so a little bit quicker. And then we're going to have two more 16th notes, the low 6th string open, and then the B string with your middle finger, and then the D string open with your thumb. So we have this. Here's the rhythm. So get that real slow, and just repeat it. Let everything ring out. Alright, so practice that so learning the song will be much easier. So that's the actual picking pattern. And now we're just going to take the chords and we're going to just string them on down the neck, and you can continue doing that picking pattern the entire time on each chord. So we're going to start here with that chord we're playing right now. And then the next chord, you just pick up your third finger and do the same picking pattern there. Then move everything down 2 frets, same picking pattern. So we have. Alright, now we're going to move down to a bar still at the 7th fret, but you're going to move your second finger over to the 8th fret on the B string. Alright? Then the same picking pattern there. So we have. One more time. Now move it down to the 5th fret and back to the previous bar we did. Move basically your second finger back up to that 3rd string, 6th fret. Same picking pattern. And then we're going to end this particular sequence of chords with this 3rd fret on the high E string and 5th fret on the B and the G string. And that same picking pattern done twice on that. Real slow all together. Alright, then we get down to what is really the verse or the chorus. It's just the main progression in the song. And it's repeated, 80% through the song really. Now it sounds like this. I'll play it through real quick. Alright, so we're just going to repeat that. So we have just changed the picking pattern with basically just one note. We still have these chord forms that are just going to be going through this, but the picking pattern is going to change. Everything's the same except that G string that you would pick there, and basically when you hit the top two notes, you're now going to hit the B string instead. So it sounds like this. And then the rest of it's the same. So, same timing though. So it's just that one string difference. Alright, now we're going to move the chords around here. We're just going to start with the chord that we have right here. Second fret on the high E, third fret on the B. You're going to play everything else open. Then move your third finger to the third fret here on the fifth string. Play the same pattern. Sure to let everything ring out as much as possible. And now the second fret on the fifth string, I do that with my first finger. And then the first fret on the fifth string. And you start over. Open A, third fret, second fret, first fret. Now he keeps repeating that sequence. So after you do that a few times, the only time that he mixes that up is at the very end, whenever he's going to a new section. It's just really kind of a turnaround thing. It's just two chords, and that's a little bit different pattern. It sounds like this. Oh yeah, so you hear that ending at the end of every verse. So it's just the C major chord spaced around. Pick the fifth string and the high E string. And then the D string with your thumb, G string with the middle finger. Then A string with the thumb, B string with your middle finger, and you're going to reach back and grab the second fret now on the fifth string. It's basically going to be grabbing a new chord. So we have this. Then for the new chord, just you're going to grab, you might want to grab that and jump over here and grab the 2 3s here on the high E string and the B string, and then your first finger here, or you can keep your second finger here, which we played with it earlier, and then the same picking pattern. So we have this. Alright? Okay, so then it goes back through the verse and all that stuff. Now we have a bridge, which is based on basically the same picking pattern again, so I'll play through that real quick. Alright, so this bridge, we're going to start here with the second fret on the G string, third fret on the B, and the high E strings. All the other strings are open, and the picking pattern we're going to be using is the same one that we introed the song with. So that third note there is basically back on the third string. Alright, so we're just going to change the chords around that. The next chord, just put your pinky, your little finger at the fourth fret on the G string. Then move everything up 2 frets. Then back down to those 2 frets. And just repeat. This is just the bridge section. You're going to play this 3 times. You're going to end it with, you could just play a full bar chord if you want, or just the half bar if you want. It's just off of an F major bar. Alright, and you're going to be picking the strings, the fifth string and the high E string together, then the D string, and then the middle string, then the A string, B, then the fourth string. So we have this. So it's a little bit different than we have been doing. Then up to the fourth fret, same chord shape, same pattern. Then the 3rd fret. So it's just that same chord form and pattern, picking pattern, 3 times on 3 different frets. Alright, then it takes us back to the verse section again. Alright, then we start getting to the section of the song where they pretty much strum the same chords we've been doing in the verse. So you just hit the open D twice, then play a D major chord, then the C on the 5th string here, 3rd fret. You have to play that like this, bar at the 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger here on the 3rd fret on the B string, and reaching over and grabbing that C with your 2nd finger. And then you're going to play this, still get the D major, but you got to play it with these 3 fingers now, so you can get this root note here. The 5th, on the 5th string, the 2nd fret. Then move that root note down to the 1st fret. So let's repeat that. And then they just start strumming that. Alright, so you have to pick up a pick or just use the back of your nails because you've been finger picking the entire song. Alright, and then we just have this ending, a really nice little ending here, which uses the finger picking again. Let me play through it real quick. Alright, so we're back to the picking pattern that we did opening the song, and a little bit different chord forms though. We're going to have the 14th fret on the high E, 12th fret on the B, 14th fret on the G string. So that picking pattern there. Then move everything down just 2 frets. Then we're going to have the 10th fret bar here across the 1st and 2nd string, and then the 11th fret on the G. Move that down 2 frets. To that chord of the 7th fret now, remember you move your 2nd finger over to the B string. Down to the 5th fret now, move that 2nd finger back to the 3rd string. And then this chord that we ended it with before, play twice. And then strum just a D major chord. All together for the ending, really slow. Alright, so it can be a challenging song if you don't really have that Travis picking pattern technique down. But as soon as you get the groove into your fingertips and you can really feel it, you don't really think about it much. And it's just kind of taking those chord forms, which are pretty simple, kind of triad-based chord forms around the neck. But it sounds a lot more difficult than it actually is to play. So just get that finger style together first and then add the chords to it. I'm sure you'll get through it just fine. Alright? Hope you enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed teaching it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com. Bye-bye.